everyone, it's Ginny, and for this video I'm going to make something. So I've got a piece of card and it's an old Wheaties box, and I'm going to start off by covering this side with some black gesso. Now this is a bit of an experiment video to see how I go filming this way with the tripod on top of the desk. I've only got a small space here now for creating, so I'm a bit worried that I might not have enough room, but we'll see how I go. I'm not going to do anything too elaborate, so this is a good tester. I know what I forgot to do though was put down some paper to protect my board. I might just put this other piece underneath. That will hopefully work. Yeah, so I have to be back in this room now because of the light not being any good in the other room. And I was going to set the camera back up the way I used to have it so that you're looking from the side, but I thought, well, I'll just give this a try and see how it works. Yeah, because if it doesn't work out I can always go back to the other way. But I know for myself, when I look at videos, I prefer to see an overhead view, and I know most of you probably do as well. So it's worth at least giving it a try. I'm just noticing this gesso has a few lumpy bits in it. Must be getting pretty old now. This is another product my daughter left behind for me to use, and she, gosh, I can't remember how many years now. I think 2 years since she left home. I could be wrong, my memory not being all that reliable. Now running out of space to hold on to this. Grab the edge. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but this is just a basic black gesso, nothing fancy. Just mostly want to cover it up. So that's that. I should just set that to the side and wipe this off on here. Whoops. So I may as well not waste it. I can use this card for something else. I'll stick the brush in water, and I need to get out my hairdryer, which is not here, so I'll have to come back. I'll come back after I've dried it. Save a bit of time. Okay, it's nice and dry now, so I'm going to turn it over and show you what I'm going to do. I've got this paper here that I've tea dyed, and it's all nice and dry and crunchy, and on this side is a skeleton. So we're going to make a skeleton together for Halloween. I'm going to try anyway. So I'm just going to glue stick this down onto the cardboard, and then I'll cut it out. I hope this holds alright. I could, whoops, put some other glue as well, but I was thinking I don't want to use something that's too wet because it might make the paper go a bit funny. What do I mean? and then it might wrinkle up, and I don't want it to do that. So, just checking that I'm still in view. So it's really worried. I didn't even think that this tripod would fit on this desk. But, oh look, I've got a few crinkles in there. Oh well. Here's a card, see if I can flatten it out a bit. I think I'm rushing a bit too quickly, better not rush. Yeah, I was worried the camera, or the tripod wouldn't fit. As well as giving me some room to create. Doing something smallish like this, oops, I've broken through the paper there. Need to be a bit more careful. Yeah, something like this is not as hard. Oh well, a few wrinkles are going to be fine. Just see how hard it is for me to do something and think and talk at the same time. I keep losing track of what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it'll be okay for this sort of smallish thing, but if I want to do something big, I don't know whether it's going to work out filming it this way. But I guess I can just try and see how it goes. Alright, so we've got here two, it's a bit blurry unfortunately, it's just how it came out when I printed it. It's got two thigh bones, two upper arm bones, and we've got a choice of hands with either the fingers clenched up or the fingers out straight. And for some reason we've only got 3 legs. Is that right? Yeah. 2 right feet and 1 left foot. That's a bit weird. This one here has got a little extra bone sticking out compared to these. So maybe I'll use these. Anyway. Well, I was a bit worried about it being wrinkly, but I'm just going to have to put up with it because that's how it's turned out. And I don't have another one printed, so that's how it is. I'll just dry my brush a little bit because it was soaking wet. And I'm now going to put a bit of, no, that's the wrong one. Hang on. Oh, I've got to reach. I'm going to put some matte Mod Podge over it because I don't want it shiny, but I do want it sealed. And I've only got matte Mod Podge gloss or PVA, which dries shiny as well. So I hope this doesn't wrinkle it up too much. Just put this on here. Last year was the, oh look here, I just noticed, kneecap. Last year was the first time I ever did anything related to Halloween, and that was when Melinda from Scrapbooking and Craft, that's her website, she's YouTube channel is either Scrapbooking and Craft or Alexis and Melinda Art Space. Yeah, she sent me a, I think it was a loaded pocket. I think that was what it was called. With Halloween stuff in it. It was fantastic. And I made a few tags. Whoops. A few sort of ghosty tags. And that was the first time I'd done anything like that. So, and previously I didn't really like Halloween, but I found that I liked doing that it was fun. And so I thought this year I want to try doing something else as well. Alright, I'm going to dry this now quickly. Alright, it's dried very wrinkly. I was thinking in hindsight I probably should have cut out the individual pieces and then glued them on, but it is what it is. That's okay. I'm just going to have a wrinkly skeleton. So, now comes another boring bit of cutting it out. So, where shall I start? Cut the body out first. I think I should have, and if I ever do something like this again, I will print off more than one copy. So if it doesn't turn out, I've got a spare one, or maybe even two. But I did this in a bit of a hurry. It's up until today, which is actually the 31st of October, Halloween. I haven't had time to get this done any sooner. So this is a bit of a last minute rush job. But yeah, it's mostly just me playing, experimenting and hopefully having a bit of fun. Why do we have kneecaps? And where do we put them? On the knees. Don't know if I want that one. And that's upper arm bone. Thigh bone. Well, that's right, those two go together there. It's really weird weather today. It started off quite cool compared to the past few days, which were very warm. And then the sun came out for a while and it was nice. Now it's gone cloudy and horrible again. I just want the weather to warm up and stay warm. That would be really nice. Then I can spend more time outside because I've got heaps I have to get done in the garden. And it's a bit difficult trying to get things done when the weather's not good enough to go out there, or if I'm too tired. I think I might go with these hands. I don't know that I want the clawed hands. Alright, get rid of those bits. So, just make sure I've got everything. and then I'll cut it out more closely with smaller scissors. But that's why I wanted it gesso on the back, just so that it looks a bit better, hopefully. Now I'm going to get mixed up, I've got to be careful. That would be, gosh, put those up too high. That's the thigh bones. Let's get the other hand. Upper arm bone. It's pretty cool. I just went online looking for some Halloween stuff because I don't have anything Halloweeny apart from the few bits left over from what Melinda sent me last year. So I wanted a project to do that wouldn't take too long. Although I do have other plans to do something bigger, but there's no way I'm going to get it done for Halloween this year. So I'll either do it late after the date, or I might collect what I've got and save it until next time. I don't know. Let's see how I feel a bit later on. So thigh bones. Oh look, big skeleton with kneecaps. Now the thing is, I'm thinking of using, well, I'll have to use brads to join the bits together. So how can I stick kneecaps over that? It's probably not going to work. So I might leave them off. We'll see later on. Yeah. Now I've got to cut all the little bits out. So I'll start with the bottom. The leg. It's a bit of fun. I've been enjoying watching what other people have been doing Halloween wise, such as Wendy Mason doing her coffin journal, which was fabulous. I also watched a bit of Lucia, oh I'm sorry I can't remember the last name. She made a coffin journal as well, but hers was made from a candy box that her son, I think she said her son had, and she saved it from last year. That's been fun watching her put her journal together and then do a few pages. And I've been watching a bit of Amanda Christina, Heavenly Imaginings. She's been making some really awesome Halloween stuff. She's made some flip books and a whole heap of other stuff I can't exactly remember right now, but really good stuff. I like the Halloween papers that she uses, and she makes her own little embellishments and things to go in the flip books. Fantastic. So you never know, I might get more and more into Halloween as time goes by. If I can get some stuff, but it's really good that I can get print stuff from off the internet, because I don't get out to the shops very often, and here in Australia we're not, you know, hugely into Halloween, and so there's very little available in the shops Halloween wise anyway, unless you go looking for it all over the place. You know, I've noticed they do have some dress up costumes and balloons and things like that at Kmart, but not very much, very limited. And there's nothing like what I was hoping to get was some stickers or maybe some napkins in a Halloween theme, or just anything really. But when I looked in Coles and Kmart anyway, there wasn't anything that was what I was hoping for. So yeah, just good that I can print stuff off the internet, and there's lots and lots of stuff on there, you know, a wide variety of this really cutesy Halloween stuff if you like the cutesy bright colours and all of that. And there's just some sort of plain stuff like this, or there's the really creepy scary stuff, so it's good. I like the more vintage look, and I got some really nice pictures that have that vintage tone to them, and that, you know, they look really old, and yeah, I like that better than the cutesy stuff. But some of the cutesy stuff is nice, don't get me wrong. It's not that I dislike it, it's just that I think I prefer the vintage old looking stuff. Oh, got stuck there. Okay, I suppose it doesn't look too bad given that it's wrinkly. Oops, wrong way. I might have to pierce the holes with a whatchamacallit, an awl, AWL, or most people call a pokey tool, because my hole punch I think would be too big for these holes. And I don't want a big hole with a brad swimming around in it and not working properly. I hope I've got enough brads, because I only have a few of the type that I was thinking of using, which is some brass ones. Otherwise I've got some silver ones, or butterflies, and I don't think butterflies would go all that well. Alright, there's the legs. Do the arms and hands. Hope this isn't too boring to everyone. To try and think of things to tell you, but not a lot's been going on. Although I could tell you about Bandit. Bandit is doing exceptionally well, considering his poor health. And even the vet is amazed at how well he's doing. He's still hanging in there. And every time we take him to have a check, the vet is really surprised that you know, he's still doing okay. They really thought he'd be gone by now, since he was diagnosed quite a few months ago. The tumour in his trachea, which is making him cough. But yeah, he's hanging in there really well. He's still really enjoying life and loves his food, loves going for a walk. He sleeps a lot, but when he's awake he's very bright and alert and playful sometimes. So yeah, and he just loves being with me, which is nice. I love having him for company. But the best thing is that the vet's even taken him off really expensive medication that he was on, just to see how he goes, and he hasn't gone downhill without it, so we're just keeping an eye on him now. And it's come unstuck there, so where's my glue stick? Yeah, so Bandit's doing well. He had a bit of a bad luck incident over the past few weeks. He's dealing with mange, which is mites, and I thought, oh yuck, mites, but the vet explained that all dogs and cats and even us humans have mites on our body all the time, which are beneficial to us. But what's happened is, because Bandit's immune system has been really low, his population of mites have had a bit of a population explosion. And it's begun to irritate him, so he's been itchy, and he hasn't been scratching, but he's been licking a lot, and he's licked to the point where his hair's come off. So he looked a bit yucky there for a while, because he had all these bald patches, mostly on his legs, but on his face as well. But the vet put him on a special tablet, and he's on a course, well, he's on his second course now of antibiotics, and he's looking so much better. All his bald patches are almost completely healed up, his hair's grown back, and his mite population has gone down, but still not back to normal yet, so he's got to go back again this week and have another skin scraping. And the vet grabs a scalpel and scrapes up some skin, and Bandit's so good, he just stands there and takes it. And the vet says unfortunately he has to scrape until he can get quite a lot of skin cells to put under the microscope, and doing that makes Bandit bleed. But he just stands there and takes it. He doesn't even flinch or try and get away. It doesn't seem to bother him, so that's a good thing. So he's had, how many now? I think this week will be his third skin scraping. And the last time we went, a couple of weeks ago, the vet said that, yeah, the population of mites has gone down, but it's not back to normal. So he said we like to have 2 scrapings in a row where the numbers are back to normal, and then we know that he can come off the antibiotics and he'll be alright. And he also said that because of all the other medication he was on for his coughing and for the tumour, that's contributed to weakening his immune system and him possibly getting this mange. So that's another reason why they've taken him off the medication. But he's doing really well without it, so I'm hoping he doesn't have to go back on, or if he does, he doesn't have to go on as much of the strong medication that he was on before, because otherwise he'll just end up back in the same situation with the mites. But we'll see, just take it a bit at a time and see how he goes. I'm actually amazed that he's still with me now as well, so I'm just cherishing every day that I have with him, and he follows me everywhere and I love it. He's a really good company and great comfort to me, so I'm really grateful to still have him around. So that's my dog Bandit, who is actually just behind me, fast asleep on my bed, because I'm in the bedroom here. And he sleeps on the bed. Which was one thing I worried about, because when the vet said, oh, you know, he's got mite problem, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to catch it, am I? He sleeps on my bed with me, and he said, no, it's a dog thing, it's not a human thing. They're not going to want to, you know, be on you at all, so that's good. He said, won't bother you, won't disturb you, and he's fine to stay there, so that's good. Because I always used to think as a kid, people would say, oh, you know, that dog's got mange and yuck, and I always thought that it was a very contagious thing, but apparently it's not. Well, not this. I think there is one type that is. I know there's one called, I've forgotten the one that he's got is called, but there's one called sarcoptic mange, which is, that's the contagious one that can spread to humans. I think it's what they describe as the animal form of scabies that humans can get. But that's not what Bandit has, so that's a good thing. Otherwise I would have had it by now for sure. But yeah, it's just due to his immune system being low because of him being sick with the tumour. This is working out okay. It's going to take me a long time though, I think. I hope this video isn't too long. I hope that I've got it in. It's too far away. Maybe I should have zoomed in a bit more. Sorry if it's not. I can't tell until I get it in the editing program, and then I can see what it looks like. But that's, you know, a big part of why I'm doing this now, is to experiment and see how it works out. See what I might need to adjust or change. A few pointy bits. I don't want pointy bits. Yeah, and I put this on cardboard because it makes it a lot stronger. With a nice sturdy skeleton. New birds singing outside. Oops. I've got a video rendering at the moment that I'll be uploading a bit later. Just showing you some more 100 things challenge items that I've been doing. Which I think I'll add this to the 100 things because I didn't buy this skeleton, it was for free. I already had the printer and the ink to be able to print it out, and the paper. Oops, got little tiny bits falling off. Oh, Bandit. He's awake. Surprised he hasn't started coughing. Normally, oh, here he goes. He's going to start now, I think. And he has a big cough when he wakes up from sleeping. So if he makes a horrible noise, I'm sorry, but that's how it is. There we go, this poor thing. I feel sorry for him. Cough does sound really horrible. Oh, this one's really tricky to get around the corners, around the hip bones. Almost done. This little bit in here now. It's going to be a bit tricky. Oh gosh, come on. Don't fail me, scissors. I have to use both hands to push the little bits through. Oops, cut a bit too deep then. Tiny bit off here. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Yay! We have just switched off, as I was saying, we have a skeleton. Alright, so that's all the bits. I might ink around the edges. So I'll find my ink here, which I've got in a container next to me. This nice stays on timber brown. Oh, let's see. Can I do it like this, or do I have to use a sponge? Let's see what I can get away with. No, I think I might need a sponge for the smaller bits. I'll just find one. These groovy makeup sponges. Oh. So I was thinking most people refer to skeletons as he, but I was thinking I think I want mine to be a female. I don't know if she's got the right anatomy, because I know that there are differences between the male and female skeleton in terms of our hips. I think women have wider hips than men. Don't quote me on that though, I'm not 100%. But I think that's right. Oh, look at this sponge, it's just falling apart. Not terribly good. They normally last a bit longer than that. Come on, sponge, don't let me down. Yeah, so I'm going to call my skeleton she. She's come undone here at the top. She's got a crack in her head like me. these sponges, yuck. I did there, didn't I? Where am I going? Got almost all of it just in here. Just so there are no white bits. Oh, come on. Couldn't get it to work in there. Lots of bits. Bandit. Poor old Bandit. I had my visitor again today. She came a day early this week because she had something else on tomorrow. And we went down to the coffee shop and Bandit came with us. He loves his little walk down there. Gets to sniff everything, eat a bit of grass on the way. And this morning he met a little pug puppy who was also at the coffee shop, and he was wearing a harness and he was very clever at wriggling out of it. Oh gosh, sorry. Oh, poor Bandit. Sorry you had to hear that. Sounds awful, like he's trying to cough up a lot of yucky stuff. You alright, Bandit? You just moving position, or do you want to get up and go out? Be nice if you could tell me. Yeah, so he met that little pup, and there was another big bulldog down there as well. A female. She was lovely. She was very friendly. Everyone liked her. And you approach her, she'd roll over on her back and expect you to rub her belly. It's a very sweet dog. She had one brown eye and one blue eye. It's most unusual looking. I've seen horses like that, and I think cats sometimes can have odd coloured eyes, but I don't think I've seen a dog like that before. You right? Oh yeah. He just got up, turned around in a circle a few times and changed positions, lied back down again now. Oh, this is messy. Ink everywhere and bits of sponge everywhere. But it's making it look alright. I like the brown on the edges. Makes it look a little bit older. Alright, I've got to clean this up. Put this back on, stops it from drying out. What a terrible sponge. Alright, well, where's a dry brush? Let's use a big dry brush. Brush the crumbs off. Oh, look, it's all stuck on there. Does anyone else get this happen with their sponges? Or is it just me? I know when I've used them before, they have eventually gone like that after I've used them a lot of times, but they don't normally go crumbly like that the first time you use them. They're actually makeup sponges, so can you imagine if they crumbled apart while you were putting makeup on your face? That wouldn't be very good. Oops, I've smudged that there a bit. Oh well. Maybe I could call her Smudge. That could be her name. Almost done. Sorry if I went off camera. It's shocking that camera keeps switching off. Alright, let's get rid of this. And no, actually I have to switch off because I've got to try and find those brags. I'm not sure where I've got them. I'll be back in a minute.